Here are your timesheet how-tos for SI Fall 2020. Some timesheet requirements include the final timesheet must be updated to the Google Drive folder by 11:59 or after you finish working on the 15th or the last business day of the month. That'll either be the 30th or the 31st. Timesheets must be done in an accurate time reflected by Chronos. So if you're clocked into Chronos from 7:02 to 8:03 p.m., make sure it says that and not 7 to 8. Ensure AM and PM are typed correctly and put a space in between the time and the AM and PM. Also, the timesheet automatically puts AM down, so make sure you change it to PM if that's applicable. Under your column labeled leave type, make sure you put the code in your timesheet. If you do 2 tasks back to back, stay punched into Chronos the whole time, but break down the times on your timesheet. We'll go into all of this in further detail. So for your codes, if you're attending class, the C for class, COP meeting is B for the best time of your life. Holding a session is S for session. One-on-one is O for one. Travel is T. Session planning is P for planning. Meeting with professor is M for meeting. Training is TR. And most people should be taking CU 1110 for class credit, so you will be unpaid for this. Chronos, this is what Chronos looks like. I made a mock Chronos of one of my pay periods so we could compare it to my timesheet. If you look at the 3rd of March, I stayed clocked in from 12:45 to 4. I did a lot of different things in that time, and I broke it down on my timesheet with the code. However, from 4 to about 7, I wasn't doing anything related to SI, so I was clocked out until I needed to be clocked back in. So this is what your timesheet works like. Here is the date, your ins and your outs, your total time worked, and your leave type, and then your pay period total. So if we go to my example of March 3rd, you can see I'm clocked in from 12:45 to 4, but from here, from 12:45 to 2:10, I was in class, and I marked that with C over here in leave type. 2:10 to 3:30, I was in a session, and 3:30 to 4, I was traveling. So I stayed clocked in that whole time, but I broke it down in the ins and outs. And then 6:58 to 8:03, I was at COP, so I put a B over here. So make sure your cumulative hours on Chronos and your pay period total on your timesheet match. This is very important for your pay. And if they're not adding up, go to this link in the Google Drive, and it is a Chronos mistake form for you to have it be fixed. All right, here's the important thing that everyone cares about. This is your timesheet schedule. So if the end of your timesheet is at the end of the month, so the 30th or the 31st, you'll be paid the 15th of the following month. And if your ending date for your time period is the 15th, you'll be paid on the very last business day of the month.